for today's Cup of Coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee. Ah, Sudafed.
Yeah, we're recording this on
Sudafed.
April the 13th, 2025 at 8:05 p.m. And Kid decided to take a 12-hour Sudafed.
I just wanted the allergy. I got told because my allergies, because I've been cleaning today.
And because
I've been kicking up.
Cut the grass also.
Yeah, and I've been kicking up dust and stuff like that. And it's like, you need to take something so you're not snuffing and sneezing through the whole podcast this episode.
It's true.
It's like, okay, so I did. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about taking a 12-hour Sudafed.
At 8 o'clock at night.
It wasn't at 8. It wasn't at 8.
It was
7:30. Thank you very much.
Okay, that makes
that makes no difference.
So, yeah. But we appreciate everybody being patient with us on some of our changes on some of the scheduling. Yeah. But it's like, last night was Passover. It was the beginning of Passover. And my mother was supposed to go to a funeral or whatever. And then it was a matter of trying to wait till sundown. And then I kept waiting for her to call.
Yeah.
And waiting. And it's like, what is going on? And so finally get in touch with someone down there and it's like, she didn't go. And I'm like, what?
Literally, and no one told us.
No one told us. Communication is a problem.
Yeah. Communication is key to functionality.
Yeah. It really is. But it was a matter of having roasted potatoes. It was cubed potatoes with onions. Had roasted that. Had fixed the lamb. And some the apples, baked apples. We have the coolest thing, which is an apple corer and peeler.
Yeah. And it works for potatoes.
Yeah. You'll have to try it for the potatoes also. And so rather than me standing there struggling to peel the apples and do all that stuff, the kid had great fun with it.
I did. You
just sit there and crank the handle.
Yeah.
It was, but it was a nice meal. And we had cheesecake and with cherries, tart cherries.
Mm-hmm.
And we had made flatbread.
We had made flatbread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you made it. I had 2 attempts. 2. One of them got sat on.
Yeah.
So
one of them he had left in the stove. It looked like a breastplate. It really did.
It looked like something that you could hang on the wall.
It could stop. It could possibly have stopped the bullet. I don't know.
I think it could have. But you would have stopped the bullet, but you would have got damaged by the shrapnel.
Maybe. The crumbs. To try to get the crumbs out of somebody.
It's like shit now.
But it's not hard. It's flour, some salt, some water.
Apparently,
a little bit of oil.
It's more difficult than it appears.
And then you can just fry them. There's a variety, very basic breads that do not use, any kind of yeast. But it was a good meal.
The other matzah, the second attempt, it actually turned out fine. Except it was a little tough because I did not leave it in there long enough. And then the cat sat on it. Yeah. It's like no matter what I try to do, I cannot keep the cats from getting up on the counter.
Oh, it was interesting. But it was after 11 o'clock before we got home.
It was.
It's just like, there's no way that I've got enough energy left to record. So, but it was a nice, low-key simplicity. I am a fan of simplicity.
Mm-hmm. And there was no arguments. No one made any snide jokes, whatever.
Yeah, that's always appreciated.
Yeah. No one's feelings got hurt.
That's always appreciated.
It was just a really pleasant, peaceful meal. And I don't know what the fuck was in that. I think you put something else in that horseradish sauce or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
because we ate the fuck out of that.
Everybody was low on horseradish.
It was good. You need to make some more of that flatbread so we can.
Yeah, I can do that. It's not hard. It's not hard at all.
Apparently it is. I tried twice.
But the horseradish, it was very. We used to could find fresh horseradish root in the supermarkets around here, but they stopped carrying it several years ago.
Which is absurd to think
It is,
about.
because that makes some of the best as far as a cough syrup. The grated horseradish root and honey.
Why don't we grow our own?
Well, we're going to. We are going to grow our own horseradish.
Okay.
Because even the stuff that you can get in the jars that's already grated, it loses potency so quickly. And it's like you need it to have, especially with cough or anything like that, you need it to be potent. Mm-hmm. But it was just, you get the prepared horseradish. It's just grated horseradish and mayonnaise and some paprika.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
And it's tasty.
Yeah.
And if you've got fried mushrooms and dip the fried mushrooms in it, awesome. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Mm-hmm. We're a very simple people.
We are. We try to be.
Yeah. It helps. And it's like we get thrust in some very complex situations, which I'm like, there's some kind of disconnect here.
Sometimes we become the complex situations.
Mm-hmm. But not usually. It's not intentional.
No, it's never intentional.
No. But one of the things, and this happens frequently in my world, I will ask a question, and if I don't get an immediate response, it will be usually within a relatively short period of time that I do get a response.
Mm-hmm. Like on what are you?
Well, even as far as the demonology.
Oh, yeah.
And I watch a gentleman, his name is Jimmy Akin, and I'll put his information and stuff in the description box. Jimmy Akin is a way cool individual. Mm-hmm. The man is brilliant. And I mean, we're talking brilliant. And he is, he's a Catholic apologist, but he is just a brilliant human. And I think at some point I was trying to look at it as far as an overview of all his qualifications and stuff. He's an internationally known author and speaker. And
loves it.
His story is incredible. I mean, it really is. But he's a brilliant man. And he also has a YouTube channel that's called Jimmy Akin's Mysterious World. And he talks about stuff that we talk about on. He's very
big
much
brain.
from, big brain perspective.
Big wrinkly brain.
Yeah. But he puts it in a way to where anybody can understand.
That's good. That's appreciated.
Yes, because that is the thing. Some of the big wrinkly brains want to use the big wrinkly brain words.
Yeah.
And it
doesn't work out all that well.
Well, the thing is, are you trying to inform people, or are you trying to look big brain with some of the big words?
They're trying to look big brain with some of the big words most of the time.
Now, I get it.
But the only people who's going to be able to understand it is the people who are from that field as well.
Right. I get it. Language has changed greatly. But if your audience, if you're talking above their heads, if you're using words that they don't understand, then if somebody has a tendency, it's like, oh God, what is this word? What does this word mean? And then what you're trying to actually present gets lost. It happens.
Yeah, I had someone say, yeah, you lost me when I used the word proprietary.
What? Oh, God. Okay.
You know who it is.
Okay.
You were sitting right there.
Yeah, that's true. But it's, and also if you've got somebody that may have had educational challenges, it doesn't mean they're a stupid person at all. It means they had educational challenges. Uh-huh. And it's like you don't want to make them feel bad because they
Right.
And at least you were able to understand, he asked and you were able to explain what the word meant.
Yeah. For those of you who do not know what proprietary is, it means that it can be used for that device and that device only.
Yeah, he was talking about a cord.
Yeah.
For an electronic device.
Mm-hmm. Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. So
yes, people still play those in the year 2025.
But the other day when I had the question about demonology, and it's interesting because there are people who have answers. You just have to look for those people. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Akin it's called The Mystery of Parapsychology that I had watched today, and he's going to be teaching a class. He teaches a couple of classes that it's the Rhine Education Center, and I will put the link for that also, and it's parapsychology education. You can take classes on this.
Yeah.
And he is going to start a class in May 5th. And this is all online. So you don't have to worry about going. You can learn at your own pace.
It's not a physical class.
Right. And it's $225, which is not horrible.
How much?
It's 8 weeks. It's 8 classes.
How much?
$225.
That's still a lot of money.
It can be, but not for... This is the thing. It's these people's time, their education, all that. You can't fault a person for wanting to be able to make a living.
Yeah.
And that's just... let me tell you something. I would rather pay for this than some of this bullshit stuff that they're calling college.
You know, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's got, it's an introduction to parapsychology.
See, 8 weeks, that's 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
And in the YouTube video, he discusses basically the syllabus. What he covers, what parapsychology from a scientific standpoint is, and also what it is not.
Right. And so are you going to take the class?
I don't know. I don't know. And it's one of those that, would I like to? Yes, at some point. Will I do it this time? Probably not, because I'm still trying to recover from whatever the hell I had.
I'm sure he has them frequently.
Yeah, I think he's got twice a year. And just amazing. But there's other classes that you can take, not necessarily taught by Mr. Akin. There's one, it's called A Scientific Approach to ESP. Another course is called Psi Themes in Music.
Oh, so okay, what do you mean by like psi themes in music? Like paranormal themes? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the course overview on that here, it says, throughout music history, we encounter the paranormal at every turn. Music has always been used as a tool for inducing psi states, and for centuries, musicians and composers across all genres have derived creative agency from psi experiences, metaphysical philosophy, and related disciplines of intuition. There's another one that developing investigative techniques. Let's see. They've got a class on remote viewing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what is ESP? Is that basically the same thing as like being able to speak to someone with your mind?
Extrasensory perception, and there's different things that fall under these umbrella terms, and that was something that Jimmy Akin discusses, in the video that I watched today. Like I said, that what the field of parapsychology is and what it isn't. And I'm like, Lord, why wasn't this available to me right after I graduated from college? Because that was truly what I wanted to do.
Well, maybe it wasn't the right time.
Well, at almost 60, it sure ain't now.
Who says?
Well, my body.
Okay, you can still talk about it online.
Well, it's with the here at the Rhine Institute and stuff, that you can actually do things. You can do things with this. You can get sort of, I don't want to say a degree necessarily, but you do get a certificate. Here it is. It says that there's a number of certificate programs, and that includes scientific parapsychology, investigating the paranormal, professional field investigations, and expressing conscious living.
What does that mean, conscious living?
Like you're actually I really aware? Don't know. Yeah, well, it would help if a whole lot of people were aware.
Yeah. Which class gives me the ability to lift up a bottle of pop with my mind? I want some telekinesis.
But it's the video was fascinating, and the fact that he did explain it from a biblical perspective, and this is one of the things, depending on which flavor of Christianity that you have been raised in, there's different ones that have different understanding of the supernatural and the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as to sit there and listen to him and going, all this stuff that I was told that I was basically a witch when I was growing up because of the ignorance of parents, it wasn't. And had I had parents that understood more about the supernatural and the paranormal, how different my world could have been.
Yeah. It would have helped a lot.
And it was, in a lot of ways, it was very freeing and validating to hear what he had to say about that.
Which is something that you needed.
Mm-hmm. Because in this area, it was always one of these that everything was a demon.
Which that's just not.
No.
That's just not.
No, because even though there's gifts of the Spirit, and he talks about that, mm-hmm. even as far as loved ones who have passed on, coming and communicating with the living, he said that there was like 40% of the people have had that kind of experience. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a very comforting thing and can be a comforting thing.
Yeah.
It's like, dang. I would like Mama to visit me in my dreams,
Mm-hmm. But it's just such a comprehensive, the YouTube video lasts, and most of his YouTube videos last about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy to listen to. His style of speaking is wonderful. He's not pandering to anybody, but it's just very comforting, and anybody can learn and follow what he's saying.
Honestly, that's really cool. And that is highly intriguing. It's highly enticing.
Mm-hmm. To take subjects that can be very confusing,
mm-hmm.
and to communicate them clearly and easily, that is a skilled communicator. That is a skilled teacher.
To be able to put them in layman's terms.
Uh-huh.
Normal people speak.
Yes. And we need a lot of people putting things in normal people speak.
Yes. Yes. We need stuff that anybody can understand.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody.
It's called humbling yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like if somebody can read and write and speak the way they did back in the 1800s, bully for you. Wonderful. I think that people should have a vast vocabulary. There's a time and a place for all things.
Mm-hmm. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Right. Because you're dealing with an audience in a lot of ways that do not have the ability to sit and read something from the 1800s or earlier. It's like we were talking about.
I certainly don't.
Talking about as far as Chaucer and the Canterbury Tales and the Miller's Tale last night.
I got lost on that.
That's okay. I'm glad you did. It's bawdy. Because people have always been people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, cavemen.
Yeah.
Some of the obscene things that they would draw
Sure.
on the cave walls.
Absolutely. Yeah. Roman graffiti.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing then as they do now. Because humans are humans.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought that was way cool. And you know, there's quite a few of our audience. Maybe somebody else would like to take this class or some of the other classes.
Right.
And
awesome.
when we learn something, I get excited and I want to share new knowledge.
Honestly, I would kind of like to hear him talk about that now.
Yeah. Well,
so it's like you need to. Would you mind linking that to me so that I can listen to it at some point?
Oh, sure. I'm going to put it in the description box. But yeah, I will definitely send it on to your phone.
Okay.
But he has such a vast array of topics on his YouTube channel. And like I said, this is, scholarly. Because it's not just somebody going out and as far as a haunted house.
Yeah.
It is from a scientific, rational perspective. And he walks that razor's edge masterfully.
Heck yeah. There's some things of the paranormal that I flat out just don't want to touch.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear about it. Don't want to do it.
I get it. Now, this is parapsychology. This is not demonology. And as far as I can tell, the
see, I can do the parapsychology. I can't do the demonology.
Well, even there again, I think if the more we know of what we're dealing with, the better everybody can be. The Ryan education thing here, I don't know that they go into demonology. I think that is more where you have to go into a religious something on a lot of it.
I ain't going into no Catholic thing.
Well, I mean, there's other. Let's face it, they're the ones that are most studied that we know of.
That is true.
But as far as the attitude of, I know something you don't know, nah, you're not one of us, so I'm not going to tell you. That annoys me.
I mean, heck, some Baptists do that too.
Yeah. That
it
like I
boggles
said,
my mind.
And I don't care who it is. If somebody has a question, if somebody has a need, and that someone has an answer, to sit there and refuse to share that knowledge, that's got to be a sin of its own. It really does. To sit there and watch someone struggle when you could easily explain what's going on.
It's got to be something. It's got to be a something.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? What vice would that fall under?
I don't know.
It's just,
I don't know.
I can't see for somebody. That's just like if somebody is hungry and you have the ability to share food with them and you choose not to. What's the difference between that and knowledge? I mean, it's a spiritual need.
Well, it's a spiritual hunger.
Mm-hmm. And if somebody refuses to help somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
I have problems with the "you're not one of our group" attitude on anybody. It's like, no, you are human. You made in the image of God. You are one of us.
Yeah. We are all children of God.
Yeah.
The Almighty God.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh. Jesus Christ.
This othering thing that has been going on for a long time, and that absolutely, that's dangerous. My God, that's dangerous. Mm-hmm. And it concerns me greatly, which is why I'm in perpetual prayer these days. Yeah, perpetual. Anyhow, but yeah, y'all check this out. I think that you would enjoy listening to what he has to say, and you can go there and look at the school. And if you decide that you want to take the class, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll definitely encourage you.
Mm-hmm. If you give us, if you actually do take the class, give us some word on how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're pre-recorded. Or at least Jimmy Akin's part is pre-recorded, so you can listen to it whenever you want to.
Okay.
And, which is great, because if you miss something, you can go back and re-listen to it. I'm a firm believer in taking written notes, because it helps solidify the information in your brain.
Yeah. See, I never knew exactly what to write down, and by the time I actually did write the full thing down, it like they already went past it.
Mm-hmm. But now I'm also an auditory learner, so if I had somebody that was good at lecture, I could remember it. But it was the notes were an added something for me. Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, and it's like some things, it would be like pages. For one test, pages like 40 to 70, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was back when they really did try. There was a time when they did try to edify them. Yeah. And we need to get back to that.
Yeah.
And people putting forth the effort to learn something. And I think that's part of where the tuition fee comes in. It is putting forth the value. I mean, that's these people's time.
Yeah. It's people's time. It's people's energy, effort, all that. Knowledge.
Yeah. That they worked hard to learn what they know.
Mm-hmm. That's like what I was telling you. It's like, why is it that I struggle to... Dude had a Patreon. He's an artist. There's several artists that I follow that have Patreons where they actually do sort of teach how, like, their skills and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't want to pay for that.
It's understandable. It is understandable. And it's just, that has always been one of those things. Do you charge or do you not charge or whatever? Right. And there are some people that they think that they're doing a good thing by giving knowledge or whatever away for free. And there are some people that's like, oh, it must not be of any value because they did not put a monetary amount beside it. Humans are strange creatures.
That is very strange.
Yeah.
Why are we like that?
I don't know. We're strange creatures. Everybody's having paranormal. Everybody is having supernatural. You want to tell the people where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Her handle is Orlanda COCWS. You can check me out on there too. The Zombini Alien. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Know that you are loved.
Yes.
There's no fee for that. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be there and breathe. To be loved.
There is no price tag on love.
No.
We love y'all.
Yes.
I love you, Mama.
I love you, baby. Know that you are loved, truly. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.